My belief is that we should be centering the voices and experiences of the most marginalized people and communities at all times. So when I think about what fat liberation looks like to me, it looks like centering the voices and the experiences of those who live in and who maneuver through spaces and institutions in a fat body.
Oh, shut the hell up. Shut up. You're fat and you're lazy and you're a racist. Let's just go that route with you. Just shut the living hell up. There's nothing about that woman that's interesting other than she's a fat ass that won't get on a treadmill. And now Dove Soap has gone with this racist woman to lead them. Screw Dove Soap. Fat liberation, my big fat ass. That's what I got to say. My big fat ass.
Dove partners with obese activists responsible for ruining a white woman's life over a non-existence comment. I'm laughing because this has been happening in the wake of George Floyd incident. Okay. We have people calling other parties, oh, that person is a racist. Oh, this person is a racist. Oh, you care? Look at him. Look at this person. Like even the recent incident, these high school students or whatever, they were at Go Park Bikes, and one of the kids, they said the lady stole his bike, and the woman ended up getting fired from the job because she made a big fuss. Like, no, I just undocked the bike and I paid for it. And come to find out, this lady got fired, got doxxed, got fired from her job. She was pregnant. And coming to find out, she actually did dock the bike. She paid for the bike. He docked it. She went to the bike and undocked it, paid for it, undocked it. And I guess they wanted to use it again. So they started arguing with the lady and saying, oh, you're being a racist. And then the lady got fired. Dove has made a bizarre, strange decision to partner with this obese Zina Bryant. Bryant is infamous for ruining a reputation of a UVA student, Morgan Bittinger, in 2020. She alleged she heard her threaten BLM protesters. Specifically, she claimed Bittinger said the protesters will make good speed bumps, according to Daily Mail. And the BLM activist accusation about Bettinger's threatening protests spread like wildfire. She faced threats as people surrounded her vehicle and her name was dragged through the mud. However, UAV's Office for EOS, Equal Opportunity and Civil Rights, eventually determined it was more likely than not that Brian hadn't heard Bettingers make any threatening comments, but about BLM protesters. However, the damage was done. Bettinger's life was ruined by what appeared to almost certainly be a complete lie. Bryant even admitted she might have misheard what she said. And you know what they awarded her with? A Dove Perk.
My belief is that we should be centering the voices and experiences of the most marginalized people and communities at all times.
So she said, my belief is that we should be centering in the voices of experiences of the most marginalized people in communities at all times. No, we don't want to hear you whine all the time. Oh, you guys need to make spaces for me. No, you need to get up and move. We don't need to make space for you. Oh, woe is me. I'm Black. Okay, I am too. Like, you want to hear woe is me all the time?
So when I think about what fat liberation looks like to me, it looks like centering the voices and the experiences of those who live in and who maneuver through spaces and institutions in a fat body. It looks
you know, when I used to say this all the time, when people use all these words and don't even say nothing. That's what I get from that. You using all these words, but you ain't talking about nothing.
It's like making accessible spaces and having conversations that are aware.
You want accessibility, but you're not willing to do the work to become accessible. That doesn't make any sense.
Of the fact that people have different bodies and that
you are correct. People have different bodies, but is this by choice? I think it is, because you can have a slim body or even not so plump body if you don't eat as much and move around. That's what helps you. Like the guy said, that's not my words. He said, lower your caloric intake and move around, and you'll end up being a healthy weight. But this is not healthy. She's not healthy, and she's young, so she's not healthy, and she's probably going to have a whole bunch of heart problems, diabetes, if she doesn't already have them.
They are interacting with space and people and institutions.
And she keep on using the word space. Like, why do you keep on using that word? And institutions. Who uses space and institutions to describe walking around in the world as we call the world today? Who used that? Nobody uses those words. Am I being mean, you guys? Let me know.
And communities in a different way. Fat liberation looks like fully embracing those differences and having those conversations.
That's what your fat liberation. You want somebody to like, oh girl, I'm proud of you. You fat and you're beautiful. No, somebody you mad that you don't go to the doctor and they don't tell you you're a healthy weight, because it's not going to happen. Or you're mad that people are not going to accept you because this is not the standard of beauty. And just because there's a certain standard of beauty, you're not going to change people's mind on that.
Conversations instead of shying away from them. To learn more about,
nobody wants to have a conversation of why you eat so much. Who cares? That's on you. If you want to get if you want to be healthier, start eating correctly and exercise.
Fat liberation and the campaign for size freedom that Dove is supporting. Visit dove.com/size freedom. Tap in, join the campaign, support the campaign. This is important and we should all be talking about it.
No, we shouldn't all be talking about fat people. No, it's always Black folks trying to normalize some deviant shit. Like, no, that's not normal. For you to be that large, you probably like 19, 20, and you huge. That's not normal. Robert Jordan, she might have a good grasp of English language, but not a good grasp of making healthy choices. These people need to stay from making it. Yeah, I think that's what that is. But I don't know if Dove is gonna make the same mistake is this cancelable? Cancelable. Is that a word? I'm not for sure. So they're saying instead of Brian's disappearing into a cave after a disgraceful and embarrassing action against an innocent woman, she decided to turn into fat liberation activist. And the obese woman now has to deal with Dove. Fat liberation is something we should all be talking about. That's why I'm partnering with Dove to support the work of, Flair for Justice, a campaign for size for freedom. She also demanded that we all have to make spaces for no, we don't. We don't have to make spaces for obese people. Be aware of the fact that people have different bodies. Yeah, we are aware of the fact, but we don't have to make spaces for you. Now, are you handicapped? We have to do that. That's against the law, but you're not handicapped. And this is her. So I guess it's okay for you to make accusations about people. And as long as you Black, you could get away with it. And then you could get partnerships for being, a plus size person. Some people comment being fat is a choice, lower your caloric intake and move. Or don't and just be a fat slob spilling into my middle seat on the plane. I assume she will be endorsing Dove chocolate and not the soap. So I mean that's that. I mean, you can't I don't know what to say about that. She sounds so confident in herself being fat, but you want people to make spaces for you, but you're not willing to make spaces for other people. I mean, to me, that's insane. And I don't agree with that nonsense. You can't just say somebody said something and she probably got kicked out of school and everything for saying that kind of stuff. Because everybody was a racist. You got to believe this person because she's Black.